Hold on, wait a minute, before this guy says a fucking word. Hi, it's Joe Appel, not Joe Apple, and in this video, I was in charge of a lot. Now, Caleb's gonna explain in just a second what I'm doing in the actual video, but behind the scenes, I was in charge of camera work, editing, and audio, and in the audio department, everything went wrong, like everything. So for the parts where we're sitting down talking directly at the camera, such as this part right here, we're gonna be using my shitty little camera microphone. And if you wanna see more from me, subscribe to my YouTube channel, because if you like what this guy makes, mine's worse.
Hey, so I'm the guy who famously did the 24-hour novel challenge. Now, I was thinking this would be a yearly thing, my friend Joe called me gay on Twitter, and he tried to do a 24-hour novel challenge. So he failed. So to step it up one more time, I'm going to do another 24-hour novel challenge, but this time, it's going to be a light novel. And this time, I have a little help.
First of all, you called me gay.
We're now going to have the addition of one person who draws the images in a light novel, and I'm going to be writing the words in the light novel, since he has proven he cannot write.
And plot twist, I can't draw either. I've never used a drawing tablet in my life, so cool.
Alright, so the way we're breaking this down, we're going to have a 1-hour planning period. We know how this is going to go even less than I did on my last one, because at least that time I was basing it on a dream. This one, we don't know how this is going to go. So we're going to aim for about 20 to 30,000 words. We're going to have 10 images. A cover is not, so an 11th cover image. And we're hoping to get this done in 24 hours. And to add extra pain to this, what's the word?
I don't know.
To add some extra ante, I don't want to stay up 24 hours this time, so I will be taking a break. I don't know what this clown's doing. So it's more like a 16-hour for the writing part. Yeah.
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 Want to make out?
1-hour planning period, 24-hour drawing and writing period, a 48-hour period where we just cry after that. Oh, the most important feature. Right. Okay. Every time you make a new file, what you're gonna want to do, file, time lapse,
all right.
record time lapse.
It would be easiest if we didn't get crazy with it. We took like a formula, you know, for like perhaps, you know how like most movies are pretty much just Die Hard.
Yeah.
We make a Die Hard. Or do we have a genre in mind?
Light novel.
Perfect.
What if all our characters are based on kanji? So like the design is based on certain kanji, so there's the tree kanji, and he's the tree dude.
And he has 3 legs and 3 arms.
You remembered the kanji.
That's the only one I remember.
You learned the kanji.
I only remember that one.
You learned. In another world with Bella Thorne and a realistic age gap we can overcome.
What the fuck?
In another world with my class action lawsuit. Okay, so that's a lot of porn. Wait, what? I used to be a hero in a fantasy world when I was killed by my best friend and I've been reincarnated as his daughter? We're not doing it.
Dude, I want to draw some cock.
It starts out as a normal shonen, but this time when they break their bones, they get crippled by the healthcare system, and they now have to do odd jobs until they can earn enough money to fight again.
Yes.
Yes.
We can just do that.
Okay. So we're doing the healthcare shonen. Okay, so the first chapter obviously has to be the intrigue. We have to start with a shonen plot where they get into a fight, and then after they break their bones, it looks like they're going to get healed, but actually they're in debt to healthcare. I mean, do you want to draw cock?
I'm down to draw cock.
Because they're already in debt, so they can't get more to pay at the hospital, so they have to go to the loan shark, and that puts them like so far that they're homeless, and they have to work their way back up again.
Can this be a normal world, but the only exception is the loan shark is an actual shark?
Yes. Punches first.
Yes.
Asks questions. Never.
Yes.
Punches second. And sometimes first. So what even is the plot? Is this martial arts? Is this some other sort of fighting thing? Is it more like Yu Yu Hakusho?
What is Yu Yu Hakusho?
I don't know. I just wanted to sound like a weeb.
Okay.
Oh my god, you're so injured. Ooh.
Maybe she's a lesbian.
What if instead of trafficking drugs, they traffic martial arts-based paraphernalia?
Paraphernalia? Oh, like, just like headgear and all that.
Illegal black belts.
We're so racist.
How are we starting this out?
Okay, well they both come from orphans.
What's something else sexist?
Fish. By the way, give me a sponge bath.
Yes, we're doing that instead. Okay. Hold on. Sponge bath. Prostitution. That could actually be really funny.
I'd jerk off if you.
You want to go ahead and set it to video time lapse so we can get on this?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I said all the audio got fucked up. Now, for these little confessionals that we did inside of Caleb's bathroom, I plugged in this brand new lavalier mic I just got off of Amazon.com, thinking that it would help with the inevitable echo you'd get from recording in a bathroom. And I guess it did kind of help with that, because it didn't record anything. And little dumbass me didn't do any testing beforehand, so that's where that problem came from. It's okay though. Me and Caleb are still going to walk you through our mindsets throughout this entire challenge using the power of narration. And again, subscribe to my YouTube channel where I actually record audio. He's going to think this whole thing's like sabotage when he sees this.
So after the first hour, I was actually a bit ahead of time, if anything. I was also packing it with words in the beginning, which I found out probably wasn't necessary.
So I started drawing, and I had never used a drawing tablet before, so there was a bit of a learning curve. For the first half hour or so, it was just me trying to figure out what's going on. Why is the cursor doing that? I'm moving the opposite direction. Why is it going that way? Why is it going that way? I hate this. But then I got to the point where I kind of figured it out. It still wasn't super good, but I was able to churn out drawings. And eventually it got to a fast enough rate where I was finishing drawings ahead of time.
So early on, I found that it was actually kind of challenging to keep writing. Like, for some reason, it seemed a lot easier to write than it did in my last challenge. I was getting 2,000 words an hour and pretty much being fine. Sometimes I would have 5 minutes left over, sometimes I would take the next 5 minutes of the next hour to finish off, but otherwise I was really close to that 1 hour mark every time. The only issue I found is that I think by the second hour, my hands started to really hurt, and I was seriously concerned that by the end of this, I would just permanently injure my hands. So what I did is I just kept doing it and ignoring it, and the problem just kind of went away, so...
Now, for the first 7 drawings, I was getting them done pretty quickly, and then the next day, I do 3 in the morning, and then I do the cover.
Okay, so I had this issue in my last 24-hour novel challenge where for some reason, instead of the word who, which I used frequently in my last novel, every time I was going to say who, I said dare instead, which is the Japanese word for who, and I don't know why. And for some reason this time I've had a very similar issue, except this time I keep calling the main character Nagaru. I keep calling him Shunichi, which is from Super Yo-Yo, which is the best anime I've ever seen. You should watch it. But anyways, I don't know why I keep doing that.
Then the next day happened, and the 8th drawing, I got it inked in an hour. I was behind schedule. I needed to color that bitch, but I couldn't do it. I didn't have enough time, so I had to figure something out. And that's when I did the thing that I do best. I plagiarized myself. That's right, I went back and I used assets from a drawing I'd done previously, brought them onto that page that I was working on, and then I played it for a joke. And I think it works in the context of the book. I'm happy with the quality of it, so the time saved there was well earned in my opinion.
So at one point during this, I realized that I was actually doing the math wrong because I had calculated this starting at a different time. So I realized we were all actually ahead by like 2,000 words. And then the next morning, when I decided to sleep in an hour because of this, I realized that we were actually behind 2,000 words because we started at a different time than I expected. So that put a little hamper on things.
Then I got to the point where I would start writing. The things I needed to write were the prologue, epilogue, and the backward. The prologue was a bit tough because I didn't remember anything about the worlds we had discussed in part 1 of this video.
Alright, and this is the part of the video where I assassinate John F. Kennedy.
And then I started working on the backward. The backward is a thing in light novels where the author just kind of talks about their experience writing the book. So I just kind of wrote what we did for the past 20 hours and called it a day. And that, I got a lot of words in. My word count was rising quickly. I don't want to be rude to Kayla by saying I kind of carried this project, but I wouldn't blame you if you thought that.
So there was one of the confessionals where I said something like, okay, so I apparently have an interview for a lab position today. So I'm going to try and get ahead on some of my words so that I can do that. And then afterwards, I dressed up differently and said, all right, wish me luck. And then after that, I said, I think I got the job. So anyways, now to write more light novel.
Yeah, so it only really got difficult when I got to the point in the backward where I currently was at that point. Like I had went back and talked about everything, and then I got to where I was at that moment. I couldn't write anymore because I can't see the future. So I kind of paused there. I went back and wrote the epilogue, which was fun. I just kind of came up with crazy futures for all these characters. And then closer to the end of the challenge, I went back to the backward and finished it up.
So I had the opposite problem I had with this story than I did with my last 24-hour novel challenge. Whereas the last one, I kept ending it too early because I was trying to make it like a good story. This one I was just trying to get to a limit. And I guess because I was writing in more like the shonen genre, which gets a lot more drawn out, I was writing it way too long, and I realized that I think it was only like an hour or two before the end of this, and I still hadn't even gotten to the final battle. I was still at like the second to last evil dude guy he had to fight before he got to the last battle. So I found out that for this one I was actually kind of rushing it compared to how I was in the old one, trying to continuously find more to say. And we did it! Time! Yo!
We're literary geniuses.
Literary gamers. Literary pog.
The Tyler Fortnite Ninja Blevins of...
So I'm stopping the camera before you continue with that. Hey guys, so we're in the exact same room. So anyways, we printed the book. On the cover we have Joe's beautiful art. On the back we have my excellent formatting and design, aka the gold gradient tool, black soft brush, and then some text in Ames font.
Dude, we got a barcode? This looks legit.
Oh, the spine. So surprisingly, I think this was actually a little bit easier than the last one I did. Even though I had less time and I had to hit more words per hour, I think this time I was just more used to it. So like I kind of knew how to do it, because last time I was trying to make something sort of good. Is that supposed to be recording? It's not.
God damn it.
What was I saying?
I'm dumb.
Oh yeah, because last time I was trying to make it like good and that slowed me down a lot. This time I just went with whatever came to my head and did not stop. So at that I was able to get like 2,000 words per hour, which is great because usually when I'm writing I average like 500 words an hour when I'm trying.
Back when I did my 24-hour regular novel challenge, which didn't become a regular novel because I didn't write a lot, it was hard writing because I have no motivation to do so.
Yeah.
But having someone there to keep me like, I guess like, responsible,
yeah,
was really helpful. Also, drawing is a lot more fun and relaxing.
Yeah, see, I originally, when I think Joe pitched the idea that he helped me out with the next one. Originally, I wanted to be the one drawing, so I hoped he would succeed in his light novel challenge, and I really thought he was going to beat me by exactly one word like he said he was going to. And I was going to be like, oh sweet, now you can write the light novel and I'll just chill drawing for 24 hours. That didn't happen.
See, some L's are just strategic.
But see, I'm not the only one who got an L. Joe, check the table of contents.
The forward. Scroll on.
Yeah.
Check, where's the table of contents? Page 132. No. What the? What? Why?
You said you didn't want me to print it. You said you never wanted to see it printed.
Hey everyone, it's Joe Appel, not my boy Caleb on Twitter. He wrote what, 40,000 words? I'm gonna write 41. Tree novel ended up being 13,592 words. I'm not printing copies of this. I'm not making anyone pay for it because it's awful and bad. This is why you asked me for a Google Doc of it. Man, I hate and love this. Mostly hate, I think. But it's only like a third of the book. It's a third of the book. God,
well, see, so my idea here is we got to 30,000 words. It would have just been 20,000 on my own, so Joe helped out a lot by getting ahead on his drawing, and then he could add the extra, like, 5,000, and I got a 5,000 to get it up to 30,000. But you see, like, the average light novel is closer to 40,000 words, so I was like, how do we add an extra 10,000 words?
I wrote more than 10,000!
And you see, Joe here had written a great novel, light novel, novella, smaller than a novella, maybe more like a novelette. And I was figuring, where are we going to get 40,000 words? Well, you see, Joe really, really wanted to print his, but he didn't get the chance, you know? It was too small, it didn't work out. So what we did is we added it to the back of the book, and we got up to like the 40 to 50,000 word range of a light novel. See, it's almost at 200 pages, which is the average light novel.
So we didn't do this in 24 hours then, we did it in 48. Clickbaiting bastard.
See, plagiarism only takes a few seconds.
And that's the moral of this video.
Cut to black. That's the end.
That's the end. That's so good. Oh my god, I wasn't expecting that. Holy shit.
So what do you think?
This is great though. I wish Tree Novel wasn't in it, but
It's great.
Jesus Christ.